Hello, collective. Happy October 25th, Friday. Good Friday to you. This video will probably go over creative ways that your bloodline has paid bills, generationally speaking, how they paid bills. Yeah, yeah. They used children. Yeah, they held them captive. Yeah, and then they'd have an insurance claim or whatever, and then they'd cash it in and be able to pay all their bills, which is really nice. In the meantime, this is for other prisoners of war that are still on what day is it? Is it day 500 yet? They're going to be putting that under your video. Okay, this is day where they check your health and your pulse and all those things. But yeah, I'm still here. Threats force a country to war from the letters today. So for Friday, October 25th, 2024, there's some kind of threats that force this country to war because too many of you came forward and said, yeah, I think they're paying their bills with me too. I think I'm the sacrificial lamb. Yeah, somebody's making a bank off of me. I don't know who or why or how, but if you're isolated for some strange reason, you're fired from a job that you didn't do anything wrong, and they're catfishing you or harassing you, or they have squeezed every resource from you. Put one and one together. Okay, I am attached to something valuable. It's probably a policy, yeah. Hunter has an Indian or crow tattoo. So there's this hunter that has this Indian or crow tattoo for today's letters. Yeah, Uranus hit an ace. This planet tonight has hit an ace, Uranus. It's the only planet we get from Friday, October 25th. Yeah. So white bird flew as a hint. There was a white bird that maybe flew around today as a hint to you that there's things going on. And Chief White Bird is here because 1877, he met Sitting Bull up by the Canadian border to free his people. Yeah, he had been pushed up there by the troops, the American troops, and he wasn't going to surrender that easy. He wanted to get up there and get out of the U.S. jurisdiction, because it wasn't until 100 years ago, actually, today, 2024, so 1924, that President Coolidge had the Indian Citizenship Act, where they finally became citizens 100 years ago. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So order of force this winter. Yeah, there's some kind of order of force this winter. You were to die without content. Yeah, you were to die without content. Like, don't talk. Just lay down and hopefully don't wake up. And here you have product. Well, I thought, well, if I'm held hostage, I might as well, make good use of my time. So maybe you did videos, maybe you did crafts and arts, but I just decided, hey, what else is there to do but be a productive citizen. Raid of hidden retreat. There's some kind of raid tonight of a hidden retreat. Yeah, lots of hidden stuff still going on. Defended your breath without an attorney. Yeah, you had to defend yourself. A lot of you learned the law without an attorney. You intercede this is a theft of a century. You intercede this theft because the theft is your life. You're going to pay your bills with my life. Oh, okay, awesome. You could have let that person know. Yeah, you could have let him know. Dared to raid your craft. Yeah, and then they have the audacity to raid these talents of yours, One name away to be free. Now we're at one name. I think the last reading I did, we were 2 names, but now we're just 1 name away from your freedom. We're getting closer. Forced to find a death they hid. Yeah, this might be going back to that secret, forced to find this death that they hid. I think they're putting so much focus on you so that they're not investigated for murder, maybe, because some of you don't know who your real mom or dad is. So it would make sense that either you were kidnapped as a child or conceived in some ritual by Masons. I'm not sure, but okay. So that's the word scramble. This is the chart for tonight. We got 3 degrees Scorpio sun, 24 degree fire moon in Leo. So we got some water and fire tonight. So yeah, that'll steam it up, I'm sure. Yeah. So see, you can see up here, this grand trine, we have this is the collective grand trine tonight, that this reputable spirituality, had caused this war. That was the plan, see? is to put this person, 5th house legacy, to death, Scorpio, house of Scorpio. And because you're still alive, the universe favors that. Like, look, we put that person there for a reason. Let's not, you know, contract them out of here to pay all the bills. Okay. So that's kind of what stands out to me. But this war, Mars is sitting 1st house, and anything's in the 1st house, everyone can see it. Everyone can see it. And at least speculate. Well, do you think they're making it up? Do you think they're like, no, I don't think they are. Yeah, they used this could be a reputable religious group, or you could look at it, because it's Neptune, reputable illusions. Yeah, they were very skilled at creating these illusions, see? Yeah. So it looks like Jupiter, some secret from Jupiter tonight is gonna give you something to think about. There's something that the Most High wants to expand, some secret that you see, because he still has the karma from these two. Hey, don't expand right now, Jupiter, don't expand, don't expand. So he sends out, from the Most High does this, see? He gives a little message shout down to thoughts and plans. Like, you know, this is what I would really like to see come down the pipes. So that's comforting too. Most of this is just karma. You know, that this family with a bad plan, that's karma. We've got this, this is Pluto. So we got Pluto unable to transform this war over this house. It's sitting right in Cancer. Yeah. There was a secret that the family had. Oh yeah. And the plan to transform a legacy by basically putting somebody else's name on an inheritance. Yeah. The inheritance, I believe, was probably on your name, Collective, but they just decided, well, that person's too irresponsible. We'll go ahead and switch up the name. Yeah. I don't think they have a right to do that either. Just FYI. Okay, ancestors, please be here. Help us be your supernova tonight, man. Help us be your shooting star, because your ancestors they're here. Thank you so much. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, please be here. And Highest Ascendant Master Jesus, I cannot do this reading without you. Please provide your wisdom. Thank you so much. And then I've got the Mary. Mary was probably one of the first to give birth to a star seed. Yeah, remember Herod? He didn't want any star seeds born. He had ordered all the male. He didn't care about the females, because in those days it was about the male. He wanted all the male babies killed. Why? Because he had astrologers that told him any baby born within this window of time is going to be gifted. He had astrologers years and years ago. They were looking at the sky. So Jesus, you know, he had to flee for his life to even be born. So, Mary, thank you for that beautiful sacrifice you made for a better life. I love you. Bless the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary, full of grace. Yeah, so guys, lots of cool downloads for you. The first one is your ops, with all these rituals and magic that they would conjure. They had to have somebody on the other side, the passed over side, to help them. Now, because they gave you so many masks, the ancestors have told me, unbeknownst to your ops, we actually had demons that they were talking to with our mask on. So your ancestors thought that was kind of humorous, because they actually thought they were channeling the ancestor, but it was actually some lower vibration demons that your ancestor thought, you know what, that you deserve that because of all the masks you wore for Collective. So I thought, wow, because some of your ops do not know they have been kicked out of the bloodline just because they sacrificed you. Oh, that one can pay our bills. That one's not going to amount to anything. We'll isolate them, harass them, set them up with some real losers to marry and break their heart. And then, we'll go ahead and be able to pay all our bills. There will be nothing we will have no bank notes after this. Nobody was going to have a bank note. They weren't going to owe anybody anything. And it was going to be hallelujah. I'm sure it was. So that's the major download. The other one is something about a power of an attorney. Because they had that, they could reroute things, go into your bank. You know, there's probably all kinds of checks you didn't get, because of this power of attorney. Unbeknownst to you. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah, it's too bad too. Wow. Okay, so I'm supposed to share with you this beautiful poem. The ancestors wrote you a poem. I love when they do that. Where did we put it, guys? Here it is. Okay. So the fall of 2024, there was little to adore. One bare apple tree on your lot. You're happy that that's all you got. Because applewood is sturdy and precious. It's your entire salary, more or less. The neighbors laugh as you baby the one bare tree. But inside you say, it's a part of me. Fall of 2024 is not like any before. Many years you would watch people sneak and steal, and you couldn't quite catch them to say, hey, what's the deal? So you had to sleep underneath your tree this year, under the stars at night, but you felt free. And this year you can smile. The neighbors couldn't get near a mile. You ate every apple from your tree this year, sweet and crisp, every bite so dear. So God, thank you for my apple tree, because I learned to love something greater than me. Yeah, thank you, ancestors. Yeah, I think you always had that kind of love in you, but it was just the fact that you've been left with so little, but at the same time, you made it so great, you know, this little apple tree that everyone was making fun of you about. So yeah. Where do you want me to go? You want me to tell them? Okay, we'll wait for Mercury. Mercury had some really good evidence for you. It's a pretty big chunk of evidence. Let me show you the cards. I've got 1136. Wow, I rattled on and on, didn't I? So we've got, in the middle of the reading, we've got October 25th. We got Johnny One Eye. Yep, he's driving the chariot again. Johnny One Eye. Yeah. He was given this position because of one of his relatives. You know, in the government, he was given this position because of his high-ranking relative. Actually, for October 25th, yeah, who has that birth? Is it John? I think it's Roosevelt. I think it's Theodore Roosevelt, but he might have this 3-degree Scorpio. But anyway, that's how Johnny One Eye got that job. So he doesn't even he should not even be driving. Okay, yeah. And then the next to it is 3-degree Scorpio. There's some kind of day of impulse, a block party where the spirits, yeah, it's a block party where the neighbors want to help, but because you're so leery of your neighbors, you just let the spirits kind of set the boundaries, because spirits know boundaries. So we'll see if they want the neighbors to come near you, but that's the Hermit card for 3-degree Scorpio. And then we've got this, I am, I said, to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. Yeah, Neil Diamond, I love you. I am, I cried. Because this is the 24-degree Leo. You know, Leo, they're the showboats, man. And it's a crossing energy, an explosive power. Yeah, we've got Johnny One Eye up here, and it actually should be this person. Crossing energy. Okay, so then you come up here to Mercury, and you've got this 19-degree Scorpio essential learning for energetic defense. Yeah, we're really going to have to learn to protect ourselves if this is going to continue in the future. And then down here, we've got some kind of justice card, 20 degrees, yeah, for Jupiter. Gemini, retrograde, take it to the limit until I die. Yeah, they're still doing their, yeah. It's an arrogant display that's really destroying nature. And Jupiter has a couple things he wants to say about that for the justice card. And then Saturn tonight has this 13 degrees Pisces retrograde. He's going to have to write some dummies guide to witchcraft for the general public at this point, because people are tuning in because they're hearing, well, my God, that's how they're paying their bills. Let's find out who they targeted. And Saturn has to, you know, release this to the media in a kind way. That yes, there were some people that found it quite lucrative to isolate other people. And then down here we get Venus and Mars. Venus has 10 degrees Sagittarius. How far back does this secret hide? Yeah, this is why they keep attacking you, because they're actually hiding the initial contract. Something they did that was against the bloodline that they wanted you to pay the sin for. Confirmation. And you're not going to pay that bill. That wasn't your contract. And then for Mars, 26 degrees Cancer has the Judgment card tonight. Yeah, he's sitting at the conspiracy table. He's sitting at the conspiracy table, but he's really not feeling so spirio, yeah, tonight. And then over here we've got Uranus, 26 degrees Taurus retrograde. Ships of Fools, yep, Ships of Fools. That was an author who wrote that. Catherine Porter wrote Ship of Fools. Yep. And yeah, it's just a book that Uranus wants to tell you about. And then Neptune has 27 degrees Pisces. All life should be sacred, retrograde. Yeah, it's retrograde. All life should be sacred. And then 29 degrees Capricorn for Pluto. The ability to manipulate power over technique. Yeah, with the train. Yeah, they were really good at power overing you. And then up here is the Destiny, the Magician, still alchemizing the heck out of these last 6 days. And then the Destiny with this upside down Justice, or that's the Healer. Yeah, that's the Healer card, 20 degrees Aries retrograde. But yeah, it's some kind of continental drift for the Destiny. Yeah, yep. Wow. Restored, or some of you are feeling restored. 1600 on the clock. 1600. Yeah, this goes way back, man. These contracts of these star seeds. But yeah, so in the middle of this reading is this one-eyed Johnny. Johnny, you shouldn't be driving. Even spirits, you know, they know how to drive. Yeah, the spirits do. But he shouldn't be driving, okay? With one eye, first of all. And then he's got this job. He got this gig because of a relative. And because so-and-so is my relative, I get to drive. No. How long ago was Theodore Roosevelt president? My God. But that's how he got that job. So that doesn't fit very well with the Hermit who's checking this out. Like, I can't believe this person is driving this tonight. Yeah. A day of impulse. He recognizes right away that this person should not be driving this chariot. Okay. And then, of course, we've got, I said to no one there. No one heard at all, not even the chair. Thank you, Neil Diamond. No one heard. Drift. Okay, ancestors, let's help us out. Let's help them out tonight. Are the ops lost in some self-delusional, I'm more important than collective? Is that what's going on? Yeah, they think they're more important than you. Yeah. Well, all it is they don't want any banknotes. You're going to pay off every banknote known to man that they've ever signed. They're going to feel free. Okay, so tell me about Johnny. What's his chariot? Is this good, or is this just a night to alchemize? Because they're projecting so much at you right now, collective. Like, just give it up. Nobody believes your gig. Well, you know, this is the thing. You don't have to believe what I'm telling you, but people like that find themselves in this position, like, I'm really not quite sure what's going on. It might be an experiment I'm in, but we should have options too. You know, maybe, just hypothetical, you know, I want to volunteer and work for a church for a year, whatever sins we're paying, you know, hey, can I do that? But no, these people took it upon themselves to say, no, this is the one that kills themselves. We won't touch them, just watch. We'll isolate them to the point where they go, great, thanks, you know, and they don't wake up. And then we can pay all of our bills. Some readers are even saying that there was something in the community they were building. And I thought, my God, that makes so much sense. That's why everyone is looking at you like, aren't you dead yet? No, I'm not actually. No, I'm not. Ancestors, what do you want? Okay, there's some kind of justice on the very bottom. Favorable conclusion, collective, hang in there. It's about your gift. Yep, they're watching you like a hawk. Making sure you're still eating and breathing. Whew. Why is Johnny One Eye coming toward collective tonight? Or what is this chariot about? Something about he has a strong desire. Yeah, he's very vain. Johnny One Eye's vain. He got the gig because of a relative. He shouldn't even be on the chariot, for God's sakes. But to him, you're a dream come true, collective. And he's trying to be patient. See, the Strength card can be patient because he feels like you're the dream come true. Could be a Cancer. Chariot card always resonates to Cancer. He thinks like you're just the cat's meow. Wow, my bad. Did you hear about a frog who dreamed of being a king and then became one? Did you? Yeah, that's what this is. A frog that dreamed of being a king. A frog that dreamed of being a king. And then he joined a secret society and became one. Because he knew people of power. Okay, so he's patiently waiting because you're the dream come true. He knows that you're recovering. You're recouping. Yeah, whatever. Probably go run on the treadmill tonight. Okay, so, ancestors, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it, man. I'm just not feeling it with these cards up here like this. You know, it's like the moon needs to be in the sun tonight. It's like you're a secret. It's like you're hidden away. And it's irritating to see what's in the sun because it's like, what is this? You know what I mean? It's like, I want to just swap them right now. Put that star card in the center of the reading. And then have Johnny One Eye all like, I don't know what to do now. Yeah, police. Chariot card can indicate police though, too. I don't feel it though, but you know, maybe in your area you do. I do see trafficking cases coming to, so maybe, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I've been everywhere. Yeah, he's been everywhere. Johnny One Eye. He knows a lot of people, collective, so he's really not scared what you do or how you do it. He just wants you to die so he can have that seat. He wants control of that seat. But you threaten that seat by calling his bluff. Like, you're only doing this, isolating, ignoring this person so that you can pay your bills. Dude, it's not cool. There's more creative ways to find finances. I mean, come on. And as much effort as they did on the magic, why didn't they just like do like money magic or something? I don't know. Yeah, I'm supposed to tell them about, there's, this star seed, just like Jesus, you kind of are a problem because, star seeds are born to like, balance a family's bloodline if there's any sins. They usually redeem the bloodline in some way, shape, or form. But you gave too much, okay? The family got stability from you, okay? And they did nothing but wreck yours. It's like they used and abused you, and now they just want to throw you away. That's not cool. One of your ops is so controlling. They're from an old world order where, once you're in contract with me, you're not going anywhere. So they, excuse me. But yeah, that's what they feel. Like, you're not going anywhere. Well, that's why you lean back and let the Most High. There's something about Jupiter to Mercury tonight. ... Jupiter to Mercury. Some kind of expansion of a plan. So that kind of sounds a little mysterious. Yeah. Okay, angels, tell me some more about this energy. Why can't I swap this moon for why can't I swap the moon out for the chariot? I just don't like him driving that chariot tonight. I think he should get pulled over by the hermit and be breathalyzed. Yeah, breathalyzed. Tell me about this, ancestors. You want those three? Yeah, this was a fight. They were determined to win. Okay. Ooh. So you're going to get news of some kind of ending fairly soon. So like I say, these last 6 days, when they did this traumatic death spell on you a year ago, it's supposed to come to an end because you haven't died. See? So there's going to be some news that they can't keep doing that. That's all they're waiting for. Tick, 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 tick. And it's aggravating because, fight they had to win. They are hoping and praying and wishing and hoping and loving and praying that you kick the bucket. Yeah. Okay, I want to go to Mercury. Cheer me up, Mercury. There's something about, Grace Kelly. Okay, Grace Kelly was a Scorpio. Mercury sits 19 degrees Scorpio tonight, okay? Same birthday as Grace Kelly. Yeah. Okay, she was worth about 40 million at her death. Okay, she got in a car accident. There was conspiracy, doesn't really sound. But then I started reading about Monaco, okay? Which is just like the Vatican. That they are one and the same. Just these little islands where in their constitution, Catholicism is built right in to their constitution. That's the way it is. Yeah. See, they can't do this to you, collective, because those contracts originated with Catholics, okay? These starseed contracts, we'll put them under contract to erase. It was a get out of jail card free for the Catholics if you had a starseed, because it's going to erase the sins of your bloodline. Maybe your bloodline kept marrying people of the wrong clan. It's like, why do you keep marrying this? Upsetting the bloodline. So you get a starseed in there, contract one in there, kidnap one, whatever you do, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, we have no karma. Yeah, it's like a get out of jail. And Grace Kelly. Okay, so she knew when she was born. This is her chart when she was born. Check it out. How many grand trines can one girl have? Grace Kelly, gorgeous. Oh my God, just Google her one time and you'll be like, wow, she was a princess. Look at all this. Okay, but there was some stuff going on in the background. It's called blood poisoning. Yep, Mars to Neptune right away. There was blood poisoning. Okay, so what looked like a dream come true, there's something going on in the back story. Okay, because of this family, a very prominent family, first house, that had a contract with this spiritual group, ninth house. Saturn was up there. And the universe didn't like it, but it had been going on. She was born in 1929. So it involved a female, a secret hidden by a female, and that authority. So you could say Illuminati, you could say secret society, you could say, I know that Grace Kelly was Catholic, so you could say it was some, order of priests. And they knew it was built into her destiny. See, this was her destiny right here, this female to serve. Okay, this is religious service to an institution. So when she married that prince, that was her new service to that institution. See, it fit right away, her chart, okay? And that went off without a hitch, okay? But something about this female in her bloodline, okay, that refused to transform. It's like this female refused to transform. Knew that Grace Kelly was going to pay the karmic debt, okay? Didn't want it any other way, okay? She didn't balance the relationships like she was supposed to. See how she's sitting in Libra? I don't know if you can see that, but these partnerships that she had, this female of her family, was to bring some balance to these relationships. Like, do we have to keep doing this to really awesome starseeds? Is this completely required? And she absolutely refused to think any other way. Pluto, that's the nest. See, that's her Grace Kelly's nest. She had this stubborn person that refused. Well, no, this is the way we've planned it for years. It wouldn't surprise me if they had 9 months prior knew that this was going to be and did a ritual to conceive Grace Kelly 9 months ago. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all because of this religious order. This family in the first house, very prominent, that belonged to this ninth house, very religious institution, border and safety. Catholicism. Okay, because the Catholics know, the priests know the most about it because they're the Romans. The Romans started this, okay, when Jesus was born. Like, we got to kill all the little male babies because we got a starseed out there. And my God, we don't want him taking over. We got this all figured out the way we want it. See, they didn't care if it was a woman. See, she was a woman. If Grace Kelly had been born a man, and became a prince or whatever, I don't know if that's even possible, but I don't think she would have been worth more alive than dead, but she was worth 40 million at the time of her death. Yeah. She was driving a vehicle with her daughter, taking her daughter to boarding school. And all of a sudden she couldn't feel her legs because she had some kind of crown attack. Yeah, while she's driving. And couldn't feel her legs to apply the brakes and went over with the car. Now, Stephanie survived, okay? And in the hospital, Grace Kelly was alive from the accident. However, she suffered 2 strokes, which is kind of strange. Yeah. That tells me there was so much witchcraft on her to get her out of here. You know what I mean? It was just like, we cannot believe you survived the car wreck. But we're going to give you 2 more strokes to make sure. Yeah, she wasn't ready to die. She was only 50 years old. 50 years old. Yeah. But because of this underground, and this was her family. Her father, you can see where the sun is, very prominent. Very secretively, Scorpio, because she was a Scorpio. Her father was secretively very powerful, man, very powerful. Oh, yeah. Well, her mother was hidden in secret, too. She agreed with all this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because she knew that this contract with the church would bring him money. I don't know. Okay, so let's fast forward. Grace Kelly on the day of that wreck, that car wreck I told you about. That was September 13th, 1982. Okay. That's what this looks like. Okay. It's like Grace, the water sign, she's sitting in this over here, but the moon would be Grace, okay? Because she knew there was going to be no transformation of these influential people. There was no talking them out of this. Okay, she knew that. And she also knew that I can't expand anymore. They won't let me. It's like, your time is up, lady. That's what they told her. Your time is up. We got bills to pay. Yeah. Illuminati, priests, whatever they were. Her family had that preordained. That this was going to, yeah, because of this active religious leader, sun, in the 9th house, up there in the 9th house is the sun, who it had bad karma, some kind of hidden agreement with Neptune. Yeah, Monaco is quite unique in that Catholicism is built right into the Constitution. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying about this contract is they might have made her aware of it, okay? It was built into her family lineage. And if you have any Catholicism in your family ancestry at all, then there's probably similar things going on, okay? I know in my particular one, I think that there was somebody who wasn't able to fulfill the service to the church, okay? And it created karma because they couldn't fulfill it. So along comes the starseed. And, it would have been nice to give the starseed that option. Well, hey, do you just want to work for the priest for a year? Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, sirens. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I don't like to talk about. You would never, if you know me, I mean, unless it's just I'm really bored and I want to be controversial, I would never talk about this stuff. Because what they do, that's their business. You know what I mean? But this is sick. This is sick and wrong. That unsuspecting people, well, your time's up. And she had 3 beautiful children. My God, she was Princess of Monaco. Everybody loved her. Family didn't care. This was in the contract that this day she ends. So they put so much spell work on her that she couldn't even feel her legs to hit the brakes. My God, it was not like she was a smoker or something and had bad circulation. Okay, she wasn't. And that's the other thing. I think some of the reason why you're still alive is because morally your compass was morally sound. You can't do this to somebody who isn't a train wreck morally. I wasn't a train wreck morally. I had just survived some really crappy people, okay? So yeah, it put me on the CCR tour bus, okay? But I learned to jive with it. I learned to survive it. I'm better for it. I'm telling you, Mary, I don't know. I'm telling you. Okay, so yeah, that's the whole Monaco and the Vatican. They're both Catholicism is built in to their constitution. So you've got this secret underground fascist order that believes in a superior male leader will lead the human race to survival. Okay, if she had been male, Grace Kelly, If she'd been male, she'd probably still be, or, she'd probably passed by now, but, she could have lived to, her 80s, 90s, whatever. Think about it. The Romans in 1247 could predict babies born with religious favor. They could. The Romans could, and plan accordingly. So C-sections were given, okay, for this star seed. Some of the mothers didn't survive the C-section. They didn't care. They wanted the baby. Oh, okay. Because they knew they could harvest the baby at that exact point where the planets were perfect and had favor. Is that not sick? So the mom was just thrown away, because we want the baby. That get out of free jail card took many unsuspecting lives, okay? Because one of these births can heal an entire bloodline that failed to repent or failed to surrender to God's will. That's all they had to do. They didn't want to do that. They're like, it's just easier to take that person's life. That starseed's life. She was a starseed. My God, she had like 3 grand trines on the day she was born. If you feel set apart, collective, you probably are. However, you upset social and religious order, okay? Dating back to the times of Jesus. You upset it, see? You might be somebody that everyone wants to just follow, like the whole world, like Pied Piper or something. Oh my, because you're so magnetic. Well, Scorpio's a magnetic time of year, I'm telling you. But I don't think that's something that you had signed up, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what I want to be. You know what I mean? But that's what this group of superior religious, male-dominated fascists, underground, Catholic priests, they believe that you'll have more power on your own by not doing any rituals because it's given to you by the universe, see? They don't like that. They're threatened by it. Yeah, it's almost like Grace Kelly was signed up in a baby farm to erase mistakes of a bloodline that failed to control themselves. You know what I mean? That you read about her family, her dad and her mom, and my God, her mother was kind of cold. And some of the siblings would say that the mother was abusive. Yeah, they had to compete to get attention from her, because she was very self-absorbed. She was probably a narcissist who already knew, oh, okay, one of you has got to be sacrificed for my sins because I'm not going to balance any relationships. You could see it right in her chart. The woman refused to balance any relationships to bring harmony. She didn't want harmony. She wanted things the way she thought they should be done. In the meantime, her father is an egomaniac. He was like a professional boxer. He was very athletic, So he didn't have time for this sad, this is just what it is. We belong to this religious order. This is what we do. He didn't want to explain himself. He was an egomaniac. So yeah, you come from a family where both of them are like that. So there's no recourse for a starseed who's like, well, okay. In the future, I at least hope that if someone says, I think I've been set apart, they have a place to go. Okay, here's your options. And then you can go to the Catholic Church and say, hey, I think this is what they did. And I really don't feel like dying right now. I got some kids out there, kind of enjoy life. Is there anything I can give or do for the church? Because they you know what I mean? Like you could work for the church or read for the church or whatever it is that the church needs. Anything, but don't just make my life a living hell, okay, until I kick the bucket or decide to take because they didn't touch her, see? They just put so much witchcraft on that poor girl that she couldn't feel her legs to hit the brakes on the car in 1982. Yeah, that's real cool. Okay, Mercury, I got off my soapbox. Fast forward. Yeah, now we're in 2024. It's still going on, okay? It's the richest entity on earth, the Catholic Church, okay? If you didn't see my video, I did pray for the Catholic Church. I prayed that the domination of Illuminati be released because I don't know who's the bad guy or who's doing what. But it's very controlling. And if they're paying debts, karmically, generationally speaking, with star seeds, that's got to stop. No. It's like these lazy people didn't want to budge. They didn't want to budge. No. Okay. Mercury, what do you want to tell us about this? This just sounds heartbreaking to me. This sounds absolutely heartbreaking to me, Mercury. Am I telling them what the ancestors want to tell them, or? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. This is the narcissist. This is the egomaniac right here, King of Wands. King of Wands, this is the egomaniac. I have no time for you, Grace Kelly. We've already planned your demise because you're a star to be ended. 6 more days. Yeah, tick, tick, tick. Nice to know ya. Wow. Mercury, that's horrible. And they check on you every moment. Every moment. Has she lost hope yet? Has she fallen to her knees and won't get up? Yeah, your ancestors think that it's funny. The rituals that your ops did, they sent demons in their place with a mask on. Because they were bound and determined that this stop. Yeah. Why do you think they left you an inheritance? Because they knew your destiny. And then they turn around and decide to just change the names because that person's a train wreck. Well, yeah, tonight for Venus, she gets the day of genius, I think, figuring this out. Yeah. Going off the rails of a crazy train. Ozzy Osbourne, how's that birthday? 10 degrees Sagittarius. Nice. Okay. So, okay, Mercury, we get it. We get it. Okay. We get it. Let's go to Jupiter. Something about take it to the limit. Yeah, they're still doing it, man. An arrogance destroys this nation. Yeah, this underground society is destroying humanity. It truly is. And I don't care what ties they have to whom. It is not built into our Constitution, not that I was aware of, that you have to be Catholic. Okay? Now, if I was in Monaco or the Vatican or those, adjacent areas, then I'm sure that I'd have to be. What's interesting is your ops raised you. Just figure it out. Refuse to go and get you any, because they knew that would save your life if you had some kind of religious order that you adhered to. You had to find it on your own, most of you. And you picked your own and you're very comfortable in it. But yeah, I was, yeah. Okay, so Jupiter, something about 20 degrees Gemini retrograde. There's an investigator. There's an investigator. Is he watching the ops tonight, or he's watching collective? He's watching you keep your cool, I guess. Yeah, he's watching you, and he sees the burdens. What's he want to do? Yeah, Mark 7 from the Bible talks about how Jesus went to the borders of Tyre and Sidon to be alone. He had so many people in authority, Herod, the Romans, that were constantly on him. He had to go somewhere where they didn't know where he was. See, so he goes out in the middle of nowhere because he knows that his gifts will be stronger and he won't be watched. He was constantly being watched by this underground society of priests. Yeah. Oh my God. Truth. Ace of Swords. Yeah, you'll see a lot of his miracles. He's in isolated areas because he didn't like this underground priesthood. Your ops had so much backup for this. My God, they had the Pope collective. They had the Pope. Which, what an honor, But can't you give the starseed the option of meeting the Pope? Getting a prayer from the Pope. Can't you at least do that before you hack him? Yeah. Yeah. Because you have to be, Catholicism, very strict. There's very strict stages to Catholicism, okay? If you don't meet those, then at some point, if you marry into it, you have to experience those, okay? To even set foot in, to take the bread and to take the cup and to all do that, and, maybe there's somebody maybe like One-Eyed Johnny. There you go. Like One-Eyed Johnny, maybe you can say, my so-and-so was a Catholic in the diocese. He was an archbishop. Maybe you have somebody like that in your bloodline. And you can sneak a trip on the chariot to go, Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why they haven't let you go. It's because you don't have any proof of this religious order that ordains this to be done. This has been done since 1247. My God, if you have this stuff in your chart, that we got to get rid of you. We got to get rid of you. Yeah, they would have no control of your gifts if they couldn't find you and watch you at all times. Yeah. And all they have to do is the work. All they have to do is repent of whatever sin this is. But secret societies have this close tie to Catholicism, this underground mafia. It could be Illuminati. I don't know. It's just some underground group of priests, you know? And you're a nobody. See? So that's why it's easy to just, they are cut off. It's like, dude, just get rid of her. And yet you're like this gift to humanity. You're like a project to them. You're like, when's she going to die? Okay, so tell me about this investigator has seen your burdens, 10 of Wands. What else about this investigator? What else about this? Yeah. He sees them trying to cause you chaos, confusion, conflict all the time with the magic. And I think you're alchemizing it really well. But he sees an empress that wasn't, yeah, he looked into it. He said, why is one person getting all this attention? Like, that's strange, okay? And why are you blaming him for everything? You know, when all she does is sit in the box and wave to the camera. I mean, we're really not sure what's going on. Because he found out, this investigator found out, that you're an empress of a legacy that they just thought was okay to switch the name on. Yeah. And some of you are thinking, oh my God, you think, you're just believing, you got brainwashed. Well, even if I did, I don't really care about the money, but I know I'm in an experiment. I know I am. Yeah. Yeah. It can happen. Trust me. And I'm okay with whatever experiment, because I've seen my chart. Yeah. I might have contacted an alien, you know, who knows? But they're threatened by it. Something about your blood too, you know, maybe when you met the alien, he transferred some saliva or something to your forehead and now you've got alien blood. I don't know how it works. But for just the everyday average person, like, dude, give them an option. Maybe they just want to clean the church every Sunday. You know what I mean? You know, outside their regular job. But there was like no recourse for you. It's like, this is determined, Grace Kelly. Yeah, you're the sacrifice. Wow. All right, Jupiter, thanks for telling us that. I guess you can look at that like, well, at least somebody knows, you know, that you're attached to something. Like, you know, you don't go around talking about this stuff. Like, it's religion. I respect, you know, I'm no respecter of person. Absolutely. If these are the contracts. But it shouldn't be so dominant that you have to do this. Like some secret ritual to, you know, the bloodline should be able to repent for their own sins. Just saying, you know, you don't pick somebody else to erase the entire, you know, because maybe nobody did. I don't know. Did they not talk to God at all for like generations? It seems kind of strange to me that this one comes along and can erase all of that. Oh yeah, you're just, yeah, no problem. And like God wouldn't see that. Like God wouldn't know the difference. Like, oh, okay, yeah. No, he knows. He knows who puts the work in, collective. He's, you know, and they're going to trick God and keep doing this for social order. It's for social order. It's very emotional. It's very emotional. Okay, so Venus is 10 degrees Sagittarius. How far back does this secret hide? Yeah, we want to know how far back. This is the Empress card tonight that Venus gets. How far back does this go? Because your ops, they're hiding something. What are they hiding? They're hiding. Let's use the little cards. It's like if they don't convict you of these crimes, I don't know, then they start looking at them. So there's something that your ops did that wasn't too smart, okay? And as long as you die, then it's like all of this will be put to bed, okay? And we can just move on. Business is normal, usual. And Venus ain't gonna have that. I'm not paying for whatever you did. There's some kind of, oh, wow. Yeah, it's a tower. That's a tower. What's this tower about? It creates a tower that you stood your ground. It creates a tower. I don't know. Is this, I feel like it's something tied to the Catholic Church, and I hate that. I don't want to bring it up the Catholic Church at all. But that's why I prayed that dominion or power over technique of the Illuminati be released. You know, there's good and high vibrations of every religion. There's some group there that has dominated them. You know? My God. Some of you may have chose this as your active religion. You know? You might have. So what's going on with this tower? Is this a religious tower? This high order of priests, yeah. This high order of priests, a very misogynist, thought that because you're not a male, for one thing, we don't have a use for you. And you're not transferring your gifts, so please just go away so we can rest this. Yeah, they want to approach you before the very, very end. So they got 6 days to come toward you like a Jack in the Box. Hi, Jack in the Box. Before the end of the cycle. Oh, that's going to bring the tower. Okay. One night of time, and it's a car wreck. Something happens. There's some people in conversation. Somebody makes a turn. And the ancestors are waiting. Because they have restrictions of these people coming toward you. Yeah, it was pretty hard to separate you from this line of people. But they abused their, yeah. Every night there's a crowd of people around your surveillance tapes. Yeah, see, like at the end of the night, they can watch the disc, you know, what you did. You know, Kalanetics, dancing, watch the movie. Whatever it is, they got to watch you, see. Which, that doesn't bother me. God's watching all the time. You know what I mean? He cares. He doesn't want you disappointed. He doesn't want you, like, confused. This is too much information for me. No, get your head around it, okay? This is a group of priests underground that have a very strong tie to the Pope. Yeah, they do. And not that, you know, you have no problem with the Pope, I'm sure, collective, but for crying out loud, I don't even think he's comfortable with this contract. Do you see what I mean? It's like at some point, the Pope was uneasy about these contracts because he knew some of these people, their moral compass was as aligned as any human should be to the Most High, to the Creator. And yet they were getting rid of them. Lying, saying that you were a piece of, you know, chicken feed. Yeah, this person, we can get rid of them. Are you kidding me? No one will miss them. And yet inside you were like gold to God. You know, your heart, you know, your poems, whatever. You know, you are constantly seeking the light of God. And they aren't. Your ops aren't. They don't know how. They don't know how. Okay, so yeah, just so you know, Venus, while you're on this crazy train, you might be approached, but there's a tower for it because it's insincere, for one thing. Whatever they tell you, it's very insincere. Okay, so Mars, 26 degrees Cancer, sitting at the conspiracy table, feeling not so spirio. Yeah, he's at the table. He knows it's overrated. He knows that this is overrated. He knows that this is not good human behavior to do this to somebody. the quality of life that they've put you in for what? For what? To make some videos that hopefully somebody will see and go, good Lord, what are they doing to that poor woman there? Where is she at? Can we get the location from the video, for God's sakes? You know, some kind of protection, protect your heart. 7 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands in this heart. Yeah, from the spell work. 3 of Cups. There's some spell work, and they just want you to know that they're protecting you from this. You know, they want you all gloomy and gloom and doom. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mars. That's the only thing he can do right now, is send spell work to you. Plant seeds of no hope. Yeah. What else do we want to know about Mars tonight? Well, what else do we want to know about? He's got karma. He's paying from ancestors many, many years before him. Yeah, he's carrying a lot of karma, but it's actually from his bloodline way, way back. Okay, so something about the 10 of Wands keeping this back from you, and they don't know what to do. Yeah, it's caused this 10 of Wands for your ops. They've kept all this information from you, and now they're stuck because of the people they used to secure this contract. Okay. Yeah, it's like they gave their power to these priests. Yeah, they got protection from the priests. They got all this, you know, all the borders and safeties were this underground, whatever this is. Okay, and it puts them at a pause where they, you know. Okay. There's a termination of life. There's going to be a termination of life. Is this an op that's going to be terminated? I guess, yeah, from today's letters, one name is all we have left, collective. Thank you, Mars. One name. We have one name left, and somebody can approach you. Wow. That's a pretty severe contract, whatever it was. Yeah. And in the future, that person should be able to at least choose. Like, I think, you know, this is going on. You know, and have a neutral, you know, source to go to, you know, with no conflict of interest, because they're not in those parties. They don't participate with the priests or the secret society, and they don't know your family. And this is what, you know, I'll look into it, like, you know, for you. Oh, thank you so much, you know, to move forward. Then you could have a life. That's the problem. Okay, so Saturn, he wants to 13 degrees Pisces. Yeah. Oh my God. He wants to write the Dummy's Guide to Witchcraft for the general public, because he's gone over all of these incidences, and he knows that there's too many conflicts of interest with these secret societies. So he realizes that, yeah, there's actually a lot of people out there that don't know what you're talking about. Well, you know, and why would they worry about it? You know what I mean? Until it's their life on the line. That for some reason, I'm just going to pay all the banknotes for everybody, and they go skipping off into the sunset, and you've train wrecked this person's life. They sit in a box, prisoner of war. Yeah. He says that Charles Gorin, he's 70 now. Charles, oh no, he's not 70 now. I think he's since passed away. But he was a world famous bridge player. He was so good at bridge, the card game, that he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, believe it or not. Yeah. And to be a good bridge player is to have some really good universal knowledge, okay? Because we don't have to speak the same language to play bridge, okay? So that's what he's after. He's like, not everybody is Catholic, okay? So how can we bring this around so that people are aware of it, okay? Because unlike Monaco and the Vatican, Catholicism is not built into our U.S. Constitution. Nope, it's freedom of religion. Yep. So why am I in the middle of this? That some priests are in charge of. Okay? And I'm not saying that some of you would want to be, but they're not telling you about it. And they're making you the goat to sacrifice. So Saturn knows that. He's like, that's not right. You know, for just a neutral party to understand, like, this is what some religious groups do. They have power, they have authority. This is how they maintain and pay their bills. Well, I think the Vatican has enough money, okay? They don't need mine. Okay, what do you want? Something about this theft. Yeah, you've been stolen from. And they don't want to come and tell you nothing. Page of coins upside down. They don't want to tell you nothing. What else do you want us to know? It was a couple. It was a couple that did this. And you provided an awesome, stable life for them to do nothing but take and take and take from what the universe was blessing you with constantly. And you were working harder and harder and harder. Yeah, because you just knew it had to be something that you were doing wrong. It was nothing you were doing wrong. They just were greedy. Yeah. Yeah. Working so hard that you had to wear back braces because you were on your feet so many hours. Remember those days? Yeah. Yeah, just so that you could stand. You know, you were working what? Around the clock. You had 3 jobs. My God. So you had to wear a back brace, you know, like, okay, here we go, round 2. You know, and being a starseed, like, that kind of energy is built into you. But my God, you should not have to endure that. But that's the kind of treatment you had to endure. And the crappiest jobs at that, when you should have been working at the courthouse or been an assistant to somebody important because you were so good and loyal. But no, they didn't want you around those people at all, because that would give you a friend to help you out of this contract. Wow. What's this memory? Some kind of memory, Saturn? A secret. Okay. So there's going to be a truth that's revealed, Ace of Swords, of this secret that Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and an Aries kept from you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and an Aries kept from you. They never told you about this underground network of priests and what they were. It's like they were responsible to the priests and that you were the collateral, see? And you just put your foot down and said, no, this has been going on forever. I refuse to give you anything left. I don't have anything left to give you. So sorry. And you cut the cord. When are they going to hear about this secret, Saturn? When are they going to hear? When's collective going to? Oh, that's a pretty big secret. Okay, so this contract, okay, you were to erase the sin of the bloodline. There was some kind of sin. Okay, I'm assuming that whatever these two did, you know, this could be female and a male, this Emperor and this King of Cups. But whatever these two people did, it's going to cost them their freedom, okay? And if you die, see, then nobody has to pay for anything, okay? Confirmation of the train. Big secret. So what did these two do? Are they hiding from, are they illegal aliens? Are they kidnappers? Are they racketeer? Are they, what are they doing? Are they smuggling drugs? My God, what kind of sin could it be that they can't give up the ghost on this? This is what happened 50 years ago. 50 years ago. Yeah, 50 years ago. Okay, so they stole something from a fool. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. They stole something very foolishly. This couple, this Emperor and this King of Cups, they stole something. It causes them grief. They had to walk away from all this spell work. Yeah. It causes them a lot of angst. They wanted to walk away and forget this sin. They wanted to forget this sin. And they do that by doing the magic. Like telling them, they are so delusional, okay? To make everyone believe that this is the reason we're doing this, when it was their sin the whole time. 50 years ago. Refused to tell people about it. They get victory in denial and not healing. That's their victory. You did not heal. You're hiding. You're hiding, and the Most High sees you. Wow. Most High, I love you. Tell me what you're going to do to these two that can't come, that two are too ashamed to come forward. What are you going to do to this couple here that wanted collective to pay the debt? What's going to happen to this couple? Yeah, wow. Doesn't look good. Yeah. So right now they're in bondage to the devil. This is the devil card, and they're definitely 9 of Wands. But just having this card come out first was like, wow, that looks like incarceration. But it's spiritually bounded, this person here. This underground leader, religious cult leader, to some priests, okay? And it's a pretty heavy duty, you know, when you got the Pope, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, my God, are you kidding me? But that's where it all leads, see? Wow. Thank you, Saturn. Yeah, I don't want any bad, because it's in my ancestry, and they protect me, see? So, you know, it would be an honor to be able to meet the Pope. I'm being really honest with you, okay? It would be. But they have forced me in a position like I'm fighting Catholic priests. I'm fighting them to stay alive. That's not right. They haven't even met me. But they believe this whole backstory on you, that you're just this wandering, you know, drug using child abuser. That seems strange. Wow. Yeah, these partnerships with these priests will not be able to expand unless you die. Like, they're pretty significant partnerships. They're partnerships in high authority, okay? They're not going to expand unless you die, see? That was the whole, because see, your contract was like the door that opened for them to meet. But unless you die, then they can't blossom that relationship. Well, I think that's out of bounds if you ask me. Okay, so then we got, and it was Italian. So 26 degrees Taurus retrograde, ship of fools. What we have found is we're on a ship with fools. We have every nationality, okay? We've got Italians, we've got Portuguese, okay? We've got African American, we've got, you know, Caucasian, Indian. We got all these nationalities on this ship. And yet what we found is that they adhere to their own customs and things so vehemently that they can't enjoy this boat ride. They can't enjoy it, which is strange, because a lot of these things that they adhere to are quite fascinating. But nobody wants to expand their knowledge. They want to stay under their roof, okay? Yeah. That was by Catherine Porter, 1962. She wanted to write that story because she felt like there were these delusions of self-importance. Okay, yeah. Because what you've done, collective, is this, okay, we're going to just head together. We are all very different. We are all very, very different. And no respecter of person or qualifiers or the roof you're under, but can we just kind of move toward this eternity together, okay? Now, if you are in the stratosphere and you're met with 100 collective people and you're like, wow, and you see them start to go in this pattern, you know, and some are going in the figure 8, like, you know, dancing or skipping or jumping, but they're still following each other. And all they're doing is making this figure 8. You decide to join in because you can see right away, well, there's some energy being produced here. This is kind of cool. Okay. Now, if I was a narcissist or an egomaniac, I would watch them like, yeah, what are you doing? This is dumb. When is this over? Yeah, because they have to control, see, the group activity. But any other collective person that sees that needs to join that, because that's a door that's opening a portal. It's opening your portal to ascension. But unless we can get in line and do that together, and he's not saying you have to do it all the same way, but you have to make the same pattern. You have to follow each other in this figure 8 pattern because it guarantees you're in infinity. that I will have you come back, because you're in this. You agreed to follow. You agreed to follow. Regardless of what that collective person believes, or, it's for humanity that you follow this energy and open the portal. So I don't know how many of these delusions of self-important people, they're not going to get into the figure eight. They're going to be like, well, this is dumb. And yet it creates a harmony. It's a synchronization. Okay? Yeah, that's huge that you can synchronize. No respecter of persons. That's just, this is what we want to do. Is we want to get that energy together, because it creates an energy that's above and beyond to infinity. Yeah. Thank you, Uranus. Wow. Yeah, and the devil can't stand that. He can't stand it because he knows there's too many control freaks out there that feel very uncomfortable watching. I mean, they would watch it probably, but they're not going to be comfortable being in that, whatever this is. Yeah, they're going to stand away from it. Like, what's this? Well, you're going to miss out, because only those people in that figure eight, and by God, by now, they're all 100 of them, all 100 of the collective are like, I get it, just get in line. And they're not, like I say, some of them are, dancing or using their arms, but they all know this is the pattern. It's going to open that portal, see? Yeah. Okay, so 27 degrees Pisces retrograde, all life should be sacred, yeah. Yeah, the wisdom of that is in that portal. Maybe we won't feel it until we're all resonating to that energy, Maybe we won't understand it completely, but it's like most of your messages are about the heartbeats that matter, and that's every single one of them. And these people just want to continue this baby farm. Let's put them in this contract, and they'll pay all the bills. They'll keep the lights on. Neptune, what do you want to tell collective tonight? What do you want to tell collective, Neptune? There's years of collaboration. There were years of collaboration for you to be sacrificed. Years of collaboration. Is it being out? Okay. And it was investigated. Yeah. Nice. Of a star. Years they collaborated this. Because of the debts you paid against the bloodline. Wow. Yeah. Like I say, maybe your family kept marrying people outside the clan or outside the religion. See, maybe it is dominant Catholic, and then all of a sudden these people came around and they weren't. They were Church of England. Well, and then you make the starseed pay for that, and then don't even show them the church or door to open for themselves. That's what they've done. They've robbed you of that. You had to find it on your own, and your moral compass happens to be A-OK. And they're confused. They're like, well, how can that be when their whole life we just pushed them around wild and free? Because nobody loved the collective person, and they had to find love somewhere, and they just happened to find it from the Creator. Makes sense to me. Good luck with that in the future. Yeah, starving somebody of love. Oh, but usually they go into prostitution and drugs, and I don't want that kind of love. No, I didn't want that. I mean, you know what I mean? I guess you could. I didn't want that kind of love. I wanted the good stuff, man. The stuff like, we got your back. Yeah. I love it. Okay. I love you, Neptune. Frankly, your ancestors will not, if you are in a position where you do not know what to do next, like you're on this tightrope and it's foggy, you can't even see the rope anymore, you don't feel like going the rest of the way, just pause, alchemize that. The fog is going to lift, and you're going to be able to keep going. Don't panic on the tightrope right now, okay? Because you've come too far. Don't be the little Capricorn on the mountain and choose, I'll just be blindfolded, and then he falls off. My God, that took him years to get to that point. So don't backpedal, I guess, is what Neptune wants to tell you. Yeah. Just because you're still ignored, for God's sakes. You're going to be famous. Yeah, you're going to be famous, collective, because of this, whatever this is. Yeah. Okay, so Pluto, 29 degrees Capricorn, ability to manipulate, power over. Yeah. This is very south node of your oppressors to use that power over technique. When they were supposed to create, that's why I made this chart. This female refused to. Yeah, she refused to. Yeah. This is the day of Grace Kelly's birth, okay? Now, the female in her life, which would be her mother, okay, was sitting in the 7th house. Why can't I see it over here? Oh, over here. She's sitting in the 7th house. She's supposed to bring balance, okay? But instead, no. That's what this one's here for. She refuses to transform. For the sake of her nest, she refuses. She stays and forces the south node. And likes it there, is comfortable there, and this person can pay for all that ascension north node crap. And she wasn't in north node, Grace Kelly, because she did have this religious service, 6th house, to an institution, to Monaco. She fulfilled that. That was the thought and plan. The family knew that. So that allowed this one to be a glutton pig, is what I'm getting at. That's what your ops are. Dude, grow up. Do your own spiritual work. They don't, what is it scaring them? To make amends, to repent, to say, yo, I messed up. You know? Gee, I'm sure that'd be easier than this. Wow. Okay, so now we got the destiny up here, and there's something about your moral compass. Yeah. Your moral compass is so key right now because it keeps you from this lower vibration south node stuff they're sending to you. Like, oh, wasn't it easier when you just, everything was just handed to you and we breadcrumbed you and you never had to worry about anything. And yeah, and you always had me alone too. Yeah. I mean, remember when they'd breadcrumb you and oh yeah, you need us to pay your cable bill? Oh, sure. And then you look back and you're like, yeah, so they could keep me all isolated and jacked up on spell work. So no, I don't miss that actually. I'd rather have zero money and let God figure it out, because that's at least believing in a higher faith, that I'm not just here as some train wreck like you tried to pass me off to be. What do you want to tell collective about this destiny? Your moral compass is what has created the stability for you. Okay. What else do you want collective to know? Yeah. Remember, these things they said against you were alleged. Okay. It was allegedly you had done A, B, or C. Okay. This secret that Venus uncovers has been covered up many, many years. They don't want the investigator, dude, to go back that far. Okay. They don't want that. They just want you to quietly go away. And now they're getting old. Yeah, they're getting older. It don't matter. It don't matter. Venus didn't do it. Allegedly. Well, I think if you keep telling your story, they're going to realize, my God, you were supposed to die a long time ago. Yeah, pretty much. What else do you want to tell collective tonight? Okay, it's the secret again. Oh my Lord. I'll have to do a tribal card on this secret. We'll have to do a tribal card. Some kind of secret. Okay. Yeah. Your death was going to bring a new beginning for everybody who didn't want to do any work at all. Just be glutton pigs. I don't want to repent. That's why you die, so I can keep my secret. Okay. Some of them married outside the religion. Yeah, I got Muslim on the computer. Yeah. It was just so far left from what the bloodline was about and they were in love. So they stayed married to that person that was outside the bloodline and that caused poisoning. Like your clan was supposed to be, let's say, Catholic. You're supposed to marry like. I don't know. It's just the way it was set up. I'm not trying to sway somebody to be a certain way, but at some point, you have the freedom to choose. And especially, it's not like we live in the Vatican or Monaco where you have to be Catholic. You don't have to, okay? And your moral compass can be superior than someone going to all the rituals and ceremonies all year long in the church. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like your moral compass was pure. You did it because you love God. I know I don't have any money, but he's the only one talking to me, So you do it. You love him. Yeah, it's all about this rhythm, internal timing, that you figure this figure 8 out. That you figure, okay, where are they and how do I get in step with everybody? Okay, a lot of it comes through prayer, meditation, but we need everyone on that, What else do you want to tell Collective tonight about the destiny? Yeah. Yeah, and it's the same one. Oh, wow. 33 and 10, this unlimited vision. Yeah. Something about you possess the power to speak this justice into existence, to speak this into existence. You really do. Yeah, you really do. What's this? Yeah. This is sad too, because I know you're very artistically, you can draw. Yeah, that's a good idea. You can draw your future. And it becomes like cement in your brain. Like, this is where I'm headed. This is revealing an ugly truth. We've turned the country toward war over this, okay? Because this is a very powerful group of priests, okay? They're connected to the richest entity on the globe, and now it's this ugly truth. What was chosen? Well, first things first, and I think Saturn's figuring that out too. Saturn figured out what was first for your ops. It was the money. They didn't care about you. They wanted the money. So because Saturn figured that out, we've got to get him with Mercury working a little bit, because there's no healing until that's revealed. See, that their first priority was this, And the Most High knows that your moral compass was never about that you really wanted genuine love. You just wanted genuine love. So it's to the point where they're going to have to, they don't recognize the greatest good of the greatest many. And this effortless movement, this is an effortless movement for you to be in this figure 8, this infinity, okay? It's to rejuvenate you. It's to heal you. It's to to become one with your fellow man, because we're all in different boxes, okay? And if we don't embrace that, it's like we will have to be like Saturn and do these dummies guide to power over and witchcraft. We'll have to get these guides out to the general public and ways for them to find options out of being isolated, being bullied, being catfished. Yeah. Being starved of resources. We're going to have to figure that out. Like, I guess that's what's going on. There's this family war going on. We'll give that person some options, I mean, my God, they might want to work in the church for a year or do Bible study for the kids for the year. You don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, why did they get the choice? See, that's abuse to a child right there. you know, because Catholicism is not built into our U.S. Constitution. So unless you were stolen from the Vatican Collective, I think you're going to have the upper hand legally until they tell you, oh my God, you were stolen from Monaco and we just wanted you to know. So, oh, I love you, Collective. Happy Friday.